What are we in the golden age of right now? Extinction. Documentary filmmaking. Reposts. Elves. Potable water. Mass shootings. Minecraft. Debt. Podcasts. Shitposting. The golden age of idiots. Board games. Meme. Anxiety. Depression. Political idiocy. Depression. Mobbed up billionaires. Of mass shootings. Stupidity. Plastic. Streaming. Soon there will be even more streaming services with less content on each service. Information. You can look up information about mostly anything with a web search now. Me. I am doing alright. Eating a donut right now. Tennis. 4 of the greatest ever playing at the exact same time. 4 players who would be the sole dominator if they played in another era. TV series. Over the last 10 years there have been some real gems that will withstand the test of time. Never has so much attention and budget been put into series as opposed to film. Fleecing consumers via subscription models and products that don't last more than 5 years. Superheroes on the big screen. Craft beer. Go to any restaurant these days and you have 12 to 15 plus choices right there on the beer list, ranging from hoppy to stout. Misinformation. You can find anything to justify your point of view somewhere on the internet. Deliberate ignorance. With unprecedented access to a world of information, ease of world travel in order to experience different lifestyles and points of view, so many people choose to enclose themselves in a bubble of cozy ignorance that can be so damaging on a larger scale. Golden age of wastefulness. Never in history do you see things being produced and discarded in such scale, regularity and frequency. Once the Earth runs out of resources, this age will be known as the worst of mankind, to be cursed and hated by those who came after us. Digital piracy. I can literally download anything that exists for free if I know where to look. Young adult literature. There has never been as much good writing targeted directly to teen readers as there is right now. Data mining against people's permissions. Getting away with being a pedophile, apparently. Internet, once government gets a grip on it, it will all be over. Professional tennis. Dungeons and Dragons baby, so many good resources, streams, famous people championing it. The kind of people who would have been made fun of less than 10 years ago are making a living off of it. Television. Yellow journalism. Gasoline-powered automobiles. Anime? I've been watching anime since the 90s and I think this is the golden age of anime. This decade released a ton of great series such as Open, Aot, Boku no Hero, Steins Gate, and many others. Sickeningly, it seems to be a new golden age for fascists. Global warming, climate change. Say with me weed. Tourism. Right now with cheap airfare and things like Airbnb, more people are able to travel globally than ever before. But I think the climate effects of so much travel will start to make it less fashionable in the next 50 years or so. Mountain biking and bike touring. Modern bikes have improved so crazy fast, every year there's new innovation. Bikepacking bags have come a long way from the humble panniers, they're still great though. If only we could sort out all the jerks on the road. Driver education, we have every right to use the road, just like you. Disappointing cinema. Disney remakes, Star Wars, sequel trilogy, MIB, International, Shudder's Ghostbusters. Oh, and let's not forget Game of Thrones, Season 8. Assholes. Everyone is out for themselves. No one wants to take responsibility for anything. Fuck the other guy, I got mine attitude. Muscle cars. Again? You can go to any domestic car dealership in the US and buy a 700 plus horsepower car from the factory. So cool. Porn. Money hoarding. The rich have the most wealth in history, by orders of magnitude. This will keep going as long as they can keep the current petrodollar monetary system going. Their plan goes through 2035, possibly 2050 depending on how fracking technology progresses. I don't think anyone really wants to realize how unstable our monetary system is. Horsepower? We have recovered from the smog era garbage and now everything is powerful again like it used to be. 707 horsepower Dodge Crate engines. 200 horsepower in sedans again. Even 400 horsepower in some sedans. That hasn't been a thing since the early 70s, the last sedan with 400 horsepower was a 500-inch 3V8 by Cadillac. So yeah, we're in a golden age of horsepower. Hopefully, the golden age of space exploration and scientific advance. Music, we can listen to almost any type of music anywhere and you don't have to pay for individual records or tapes. Ignorance. The internet, easily. It's still relatively new, so it's still mostly free and open for most people in the world. You can still download movies and music and access pretty much anything you want from information to pornography anonymously any time of day. I expect that in the next decade or so as the ruling class attempts to grind the people down under their thumb that the free anonymous flow of information on the internet will become a target and we'll end up with an internet which becomes a walled garden of commerce, propaganda and surveillance. It's a bit misleading how much we talk about AI/machine learning, and deep learning in particular. Like, more traditional areas in statistics, dealing with making sense of data and statistical inference, are also more flexible, fast, and sophisticated than ever before. Things like nonlinear methods, mixed models, and distributional regression. Bayesian methods are practical and getting picked up more and more. So we're not just pulling insights out of big data with neural nets, we're getting more out of your average science experiment with better basic stats. Internal combustion automobiles. They're much quicker, at every level and in every segment, than they ever have been or likely ever will be. I think performance is peaking for ICE vehicles right now. Emissions standards and fuel efficiency targets are only going to get more demanding, which will eventually pull back the absolutely excessive amount of performance that even a V6 Camry currently offers. Even more impactful, though, is the rise of electric vehicles. Love or hate Tesla, the company has set the whole industry marching towards eventual electrification. Fewer and fewer development dollars are going to ICE vehicles, and it's probably a decade or less before it grinds to a complete halt, outside of work vehicles. So yup. Now is the time for ICE vehicles. The chicken nugget price wars. This could be a uniquely Australian thing, but all the fast food joints are engaged in price warfare over nuggets. First, McDonald's brought out the 24 nugs for $10. KFC met their deal. Then, McDonald's introduced spicy nuggets for a limited time. KFC did the same. Red Rooster has joined the race with 10 cheesy nugs for $5. McDonald's and KFC keep changing it up with sauce and side add-ons or other gimmicks. It's a beautiful, crispy, Heart-hardening race to the bottom, and I am #blessed to be alive to witness it.